Good morning and welcome to Financial Friday. It is so good to be with you today. I am Crystal Parker, the Financial Education and Community Outreach Ambassador, and I'm joined today by our Marketing and Community Development Representative, Amber Alred. And today we're going to talk about reporting fraud to the FTC. If you've been following us on social media, you may have seen a recent video shared by us about this. And we want to talk a little bit more about this today and share some firsthand experience. So welcome, Amber.
Hi, everybody.
I am so glad you could join us today. I am going to stop sharing my screen, which feels like the most 2020 statement of the year, and let us just have some conversation about this.
Sounds great.
So I hear that over the last holiday, something fishy happened in your family.
Yes. So my husband's grandmother was talking to all of us around Thanksgiving time and said that she'd received a call. So she picked it up and asked who it was, and it said that they were her grandchild. And she said that it sounded just like her grandchild. She wouldn't have picked out anything different. So excited to hear from him. And he said that he was in a different state and that his car broke down and that he needed $800 immediately to get his car fixed. And the grandmother, of course, was like, I wish I could help you. I love you so much, but I don't have extra money left over to assist you. And the person on the phone says, thank you very much for your time then, and was very polite and hung up. And then she looks on Facebook later and notices that the grandchild is in fact nowhere near that state or anywhere in that vicinity.
Oh my goodness.
So we think that someone was trying to scam her out of money. So thankfully, she didn't send anyone any money. She didn't give them any information, but it was a really valid trick.
Wow. So not too long ago, a person I know from the Presbyterian Church, an executive, I got an email and it had said, hey, Crystal, I hope you're doing well, things like that. With this season, it's really busy. I could really use your help. And I'm thinking, yeah, it's the season leading up to Christmas. Of course, working in the church setting, it's very busy. And asked if I could help with doing a special thing to help some of the local churches that are really struggling during the pandemic. And I was like, oh yeah, absolutely. So I replied back, I'd be more than happy to help you. Give me a call. Didn't put my phone number in the email because I knew he had my email and I didn't need to share it. My phone number, and he didn't need to share it. And after sending that email, something just didn't feel quite right to me. So I looked at what the email address was, and it had his name, the name of the office he worked for at gmail.com. And I went, oh gosh, I got hit with one of these scammers. The only thing that they would have had from me was like my name, my email address, and stuff like that, and my e-signature. But then they emailed me back and asked me to buy $100 gift cards from Best Buy. And I think it was in the amount like a total of like $500 or $800 worth of gift cards. And they would pay me for doing this. And I was like, this person would not pay me for doing this. Like, this is just a service. And I ended up reaching out to the person, not the emailed person, but the actual individual. I gave them a call. And it turns out that while this email thing was happening, 13 other people had tried to call him while he was in a meeting to let him know about this scam. I knew that the next step was to report this to the FTC, and I encouraged him to tell others to do the same. But it was just so crazy that in such a short window, it happened to your grandmother-in-law, it happened to someone I know in a church setting. It's just crazy.
So we've actually had it in a church setting as well. Our pastor had emails sent from his actual email address asking people in the church for gift cards, and it asked them to mail them, but some people showed up with the physical gift card, and he was very confused because he physically hadn't asked for gift cards. So scammers are everywhere. I feel like everyone knows someone who's been hit, or I open up my email and have 100 in my spam box at any time.
Yeah. I wonder if this is, and I'm sure this is happening in other faith communities as well. And I'm sure that this is happening with other elderly family members. We know working for a credit union, this is a common thing to target older members in our community, but it seems like this is starting to target even more people. And we just wanted to share some firsthand experience about this happening, and that at least kind of those red flags started going off. And that instead of, the good thing was we never sent the money. Fortunately, your pastor just had people trying to give it to him. Hopefully no one sent it to the fraudster. Your grandmother-in-law didn't send it. And even in my own church setting, folks weren't sending the money. But the thing we have to remember is that next step that we have to take, that we have to go to the FTC website and report this and provide the information. It's very basic. They ask for your name, your email, and you provide the information of that particular situation. And the more we can provide them helps them to know what's going on and to be on the lookout for what's going awry. Because we'd hate in these situations that someone is getting blamed for committing fraud when really they weren't the one doing it. So thank you for sharing your experience with this today.
Of course. I hope this can help people, not get scammed in the future.
Yeah. It happens far too often, and hopefully it can stop happening for more people, because this is such an awful thing to have to deal with. For all of you joining us today, we thank you for joining us for another Financial Friday. This is our last one for 2020. Believe it or not, we will not see you again for Financial Friday until next year, which sounds really funny to say. But we hope you'll join us back again in January of 2021. And we have some more great topics to cover with you to help you stay financially savvy, ready for all the things to come. And if there are topics that you would like to see us cover on a Financial Friday, please send us a message, fined@henricofcu.org, and we'd be happy to take some recommendations and get it into our schedule. Thank you again, Amber. Have a great day, everyone.